George, I really made the whole thing up. I just wanted to talk to you again. You
Oh,
know,
I'd love to talk to you too.
I have great conversations with great men. I just want to keep talking to them,
Thank you.
absorb all of your knowledge so I can be young again. Because I'm sure you've heard this from guys around my age. The four best years of your life is what you're in right now.
Oh, I believe it.
Even
It's crazy that it's gone by so quickly.
even though your 4 years have COVID situations,
Yeah, I mean, it's just part of the problem right now, but we're working on it.
yeah. Did you see the Ivy League just got rid of all of their winter sports?
Yeah, my friend had texted me that originally they were also going to make the decision for spring sports last night as well.
Yeah, I spoke to someone on the girls' side, and they were expecting at 6:15 to hear, and really all they heard, I think, was that they're pushing the start date back, which I guess is hoping that it gets better so that they can, which is, I guess, is it's some type of optimism, right?
Yeah, I was about to say better than nothing.
All right, so
You know, don't
we're
want to pull the plug too early.
now we're hoping that we can get it in. When is everybody coming home? I was told my nephew's coming home November 21st,
Yeah, yeah. A bunch of my friends are actually coming home right before Thanksgiving, so I think that's the plan for most schools as well.
and they're done until they start up again in late January.
Yeah.
Got it. Got it. So we will do this again. Take two. If you just don't mind, George, telling everybody, who you are and where you're from, and a little bit of
Yep.
that.
All right. So my name's George Mochos. I'm a junior goalie on the men's lacrosse team at Dickinson College. I am also a quantitative economics major, and that's about it.
And you're from Port Washington, New York, baby.
Oh, I am from Fort Washington, New York.
Yeah, home of, I believe, are they the Vikings?
We are the Vikings.
That's correct. That's correct. So, what's your favorite NFL football team?
Oh, I get called out. A lot of people say I'm a front runner, but I've been a Chiefs fan for a while. My buddies at school were like, "Oh, you're just hopping on the Chiefs bandwagon." But I've been a Travis Kelce supporter since he was at Cincinnati. Followed him all the way through his college time, and now he landed on the Chiefs. He was my favorite player, so I stuck with him.
That's cool. Now, what made
Yeah.
you love Travis Kelce, and how did you see him in college?
Oh, it was it was. I just threw on like it was like one of those random Friday night games that doesn't really get those like big time viewers, and I was just watching him. I'm like, this is a guy that just plays with it as much heart as anybody, and he was just so gritty and just was giving 100% everything that he had every single play. And I just felt like that kind of spoke to me, honestly.
That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. And it's funny. It's his Bearcats, his Cincinnati Bearcats are like, I think they're like six in the country or something crazy this
Yeah,
year.
no, they're putting together a great season right now.
Now, did you become a Cincinnati college football fan or just a Travis Kelce fan?
I mean, just by being a Travis Kelce fan, I was watching a lot of Cincinnati football, so I would enjoy seeing them win.
Yeah, it'd be cool if they ended up going to the football playoffs. I mean, you know,
Yeah,
with what's going
I
on
mean,
right now, it might happen.
yeah, hopefully. I mean, they're playing well, so
That's cool. So, to just talk about a little bit about your experience so far at Dickinson, talk a little bit about your experience on, obviously you played as a freshman because I saw you up there when we made a trip up there. Tell the
yep.
viewers a little bit about your experience so far.
Okay, so Dickinson lacrosse, we have this saying. It's called HEART. Stands for hustle, enthusiasm, attitude, respect, and toughness. And our whole culture is built off of those words. And it's very important to everyone on the team. And if you, our coach Webster says that if you can bring heart to everything that you do, you will succeed everywhere you go in life. And I believe that, especially on the lacrosse field. You know, when you're on the lacrosse field, you kind of got to push everything to the side and focus on what the task at hand. And that's a big, big it resonates a lot with our team.
So
And
I'm going to take this little acronym and I'm going to write it down. So HEART, H stands for?
hustle, E
Okay.
stands for enthusiasm, A
Okay.
stands for attitude, R stands for respect, and T for toughness.
I love it. I love it.
Yep, I try and take those words with me into everything I do, and I think it's had a big impact. Not only in the classroom, on the field, but just in my day-to-day life.
Yeah, it's funny. Um, Coach Coach Webster, tell the viewers, the lacrosse world, a little bit about Coach Webster. I've experienced him, and he's one of my favorite men in the game of lacrosse. But a lot of people don't know him. Tell everybody about him a little bit.
Okay, wow. Where to begin? This is a man that brings a lot to the table. I think he is, should be the gold standard for coaches. Honestly, I don't think this man is lacking in any category. His lacrosse knowledge is immense. He's been a head coach. He's going on his 20th year with the team. I mean, it's just unbelievable what he's done. Uh, he has such a good relationship with every single player on the team. He's like a second dad to everyone, and I know every single player on the team would also say that. His ability to coach you without making you feel criticized, even though that is what he's doing, he's breaking down your game, but even while he's doing that, he's building you up to succeed on the very next play. Um, he just he just instills in you this sense of courage when you're on his team. Like there's no other way about it.
It's funny. It's funny you talk about the things that he does, and Coach Webster used to run. I don't know if he still does this, but he used to run something with Coach Murphy at Penn. Did you experience that before you got there? He used to take his recruits like the summer or two before you get there, and he'd run like
Oh no, I unfortunately I didn't.
oh, it was such a cool thing. They used to do a thing where the UPenn Coach Murphy, and I think he started it when he was at Haverford with Coach Webster, and I guess they became buddies or they're buddies, and they would bring their recruits that kids are already coming in, so they were seniors coming in, and it would be the summer before they'd come in, and then he'd bring other kids there that they wanted to recruit, and they'd all play on this like couple days, and you'd get to experience Coach Murphy and Coach Webster and other coaches. It was a really
Oh
cool,
wow, that sounds like a great experience.
yeah, it was a really cool event, and it was something that I think other schools started to do. I know that there are now schools trying to bring their recruits and then kids they want to recruit to campus in the summer,
Mm-hmm.
and then they can, coach the kids, get to know the kids, because as
Yeah.
everybody reacts differently to different types of coaches.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
you obviously you found the right fit at Dickinson College, and it's good that. And part of why we do this on the LALJ is so that the lacrosse consumer can hear these things and evaluate it, because I don't think enough time is spent on how important those mentors in college are to your 4 years, right? I mean, he's
Oh,
basically helped you have a great experience.
oh, absolutely. Something that he always has been so vocal about is that his door is always open. And, it's kind of funny. Um, I was I was a little bit down about something that was going on in my personal life my freshman year, and you know, it was I didn't even realize I was down at the time, and this is very early on. Like I'd only been on campus for a few months at this point, and just in that time, he was kind of able to pick up that I was a little off at practice one day. Pulled me aside and he was like, something wrong, and he was just able to help me fix what was going on, and had me back right on track. Like this guy, I owe a lot to him. He's just been the rock of my he's been the foundation of my time at Dickinson.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, because great people, great mentors realize when their kids, and obviously he's got 40 or 50 kids every year,
Yeah.
and it's they realize when their kids need that someone to talk to, and it just shows how much he cares. And I think one of the things, I mean, I was talking to a dad yesterday with Corey about recruiting, and I don't
Mhm.
think the parents are spending enough time on what is most important for your child. You gotta take lacrosse out of it. You gotta know your
Mhm.
kid. Every
Yeah.
kid is different. Like, your personality works really well with Coach Webster and the atmosphere you're in. Another school, which could be in the same conference, might not
Yeah.
work as well.
Yeah, I completely agree. I don't want to just keep on like harping on Coach Webster, but I think he deserves it. And he just, he just does everything right. They're really, he's faced so many difficulties even in his coaching career, and he's just excelled even in those hard times. And he just rallied the troops no matter what. And it's been great being a player underneath him. I mean, he's a second dad, and he's just a great coach.
Yeah, that's great. And I want, the reason I keep staying on Coach Webster is because, and obviously you know him better than I know him. I've only spent 4 hours with the guy, to be honest with you, and I got that impression. And it's funny,
Yeah.
every time Corey and I go on these road tours, we always say the same thing when we get in the car to drive to the next school. Would you want your child to play for that young man, that coach, that man coach, or that woman coach? And
Mhm.
that's how we look at it. We look at it because, even though you didn't grow up playing for me, you're part of the Long Island lacrosse community. And as far as I'm
Yeah.
concerned, you're part of our family. And that's
Mhm.
why I reached out to you, because I know that you're having a great experience, even though you're going through a very unusual college experience with COVID. You're having
Yeah.
a great experience, and the world should know about that, because other boys and girls, because I met your girls staff and they're awesome as well, they
Yeah.
should hear about your school. And let's talk about your school a little bit, because what I found really cool is how international it was and how so many kids were from all over the world. Talk a little bit about that.
Okay. So, you know, Dickinson is a liberal arts college, and it offers so many different majors, which I feel like attracts a lot of people from all over. But it's also, we're also like highly encouraged to go abroad. So they do these exchange programs with other schools as well. So, you just get a lot of people from all over the place. You can have kids from China, Romania, Great Britain, South America, and all these places all over the world. And it's just kind of a melting pot. The diversity is incredible. I've met so many different people from all different walks of life, and I think I've had a very positive experience meeting all of them. And, I think they're going to have a lasting impression on me throughout my life.
Yeah, and you were planning, if it was a normal year, you were going to go to England, right? This semester?
Yes, yes. I was going to do a economics program at Norwich, but unfortunately, due to COVID right now and the whole situation going around the world, that had to be put to the side right now.
And then I know you secured a nice little internship for yourself this summer. Tell the lacrosse public.
Yeah, so I will be an intern at Skybridge Capital. It's a global investment firm in New York, with offices throughout the country. My plan after college is to try and break into the investment banking field or private equity, and just the finance field in general. But who knows with how crazy the world is right now? Who knows what field I'll be in the next 10 years?
Right, right, right. Now, what has been your favorite classes that you've taken at Dickinson?
Ooh, favorite class. Probably my contending economic perspectives class. It's actually with my advisor at Dickinson. Um, his name's Edward McPhail. Great guy, but this contending economic perspectives class is all about prior ideals in economics, like these old school market ideas and how they've evolved to what we have today. And I think it's great to learn the history of the markets and try and not let history repeat itself.
Now, the gentleman that's your advisor, is that your advisor because of the major you're in? Is that what makes him your advisor?
Okay, so yes, the reason why he is my advisor is due to my major, but originally when you get to campus, your advisor could be any teacher, because you haven't declared yet. You don't go into Dickinson with a declared major. You have to declare by your second semester, sophomore year, and I declared a little bit earlier on because I went in with an idea of what I wanted to do at Dickinson. And once you declare, you do get to pick a professor in your field, just to give you a little bit more experience on the whole situation and just kind of guide you through, the class picking process. And, even they'll help you with internships, put you in contact with people. I mean, they're just looking out for the best of you. I mean, it's been a great experience. I owe a lot to Mr. McPhail. He's been a great assist, like just been a great help with everything that I've done so far.
Now, does he help you with the internships? How did that all work?
Okay, so my internship application process was pretty lengthy. I had started applying for internships in mainly New York City, a little bit in like the New England area and Boston, Connecticut, but I ideally wanted to stay in New York. And it was pretty lengthy. I'd started in late July, and it's been a grind until now. Luckily I did land an internship. I know a lot of people are still struggling trying to find something. Uh,
How'd you,
thankfully.
how'd you do your interviews? Over Skype, over Zoom?
Yeah, everything was over Zoom. A little intimidating at first because personally I'm like kind of like a hands-on people person. Like I like to be in person, and having that screen in front of you just like right now between you and me, it was a little like, I guess I wouldn't say like dehumanizing, but it kind of took away from like that aspect, like that like personal connection.
Yeah, like when you shake someone's hand, you kind of get a good feeling for them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. It's funny. It's funny. I was thinking about the other day. I had a meeting, and the three gentlemen that were here, we shook hands at the end, and I'm like, you can't get that, you know, that feeling either. And a lot of times when you shake someone's hand, you kind of read them. You know what I mean? They can read you, you can read them,
Yeah,
and so it's funny.
I completely agree.
It's funny how you say that. It's interesting in where we're at. I know we talked a little bit about the Centennial Conference, which is the conference that Dickinson plays in.
Yeah.
It's funny. I don't normally talk a lot about lacrosse when I talk to lacrosse players, because at the end of the day, I think you're a lot more than a goalie and a lacrosse player. You're a great young man that's got aspirations, and I want the lacrosse recruit to realize that you're not going to college because you're a lacrosse player. You're going to college
Yeah.
because you're a student, and then you're going to play on a lacrosse team and have a great experience with your 45 buddies. But take me through a little bit about your experience as a they're the Red Devils, right? You guys are the Red Devils?
Yep, at the Red Devils.
So take us through it. I know you're a goalie, so only one goalie plays. So tell the
Yeah.
world on your experience. I know you are planning on seeing a lot of the field this year, hopefully.
Yeah. So my freshman year, I walked into, a great goalie room, what I would say is the best goalie room in Division III and still is. We had Mikey Marinelli, a guy out of California, not your typical hotbed. And you had Cole Pelicano from, what a lot of people do consider one of the best hotbeds in Maryland. He was coming off of an incredible sophomore year, was I believe third team All-American, and him and Mikey have been instrumental in my development as a goalie. Another a guy that's my senior right now, Stroud Core out of Ohio. He really helped a lot with just, getting acclimated to the program. One of my best friends now at school, and I owe a lot to them. They really mentored me immediately, with my first step on campus, and they just showed me what it meant to be a goalie at Dickinson College. And I use what they taught me now with the younger guys. I think it's really important now. I've been trying to stay in contact with the two younger goalies on my team, on a regular basis, just to, keep their minds straight. These are uncertain times. We don't know what's going to happen, but we got to make the best of it. And that leadership aspect, was very important when I was a freshman. So I kind of want to take this opportunity now to really try and guide them going forward.
Yeah, you told me something really cool when we spoke the other day about what you guys did this summer during, when COVID calmed down a little bit. You took your team to Maine. Tell everybody about that experience.
Okay, so with the help of Coach Webster and our incredible alumni base, we owe a lot to these guys. They're bar none. They really crush it for us, and they're Red Devils for life. And so what they organized for us to do was, for us as a team, every single player from freshmen to seniors, to go up to Maine to a camp and just, introduce the freshmen to what it means to be a Dickinson Red Devil. And I think that experience is so important for them now. This, like I mentioned before, these are uncertain times. It's unprecedented what we're going through right now. And I think it was just a great opportunity for everyone to escape what was going on and just kind of hang out with your brothers, just take a moment away from everything and de-stress, take a load off. And
how many days was that?
So it was Saturday to Saturday. So,
Wow, a
7
whole
days.
week?
Yeah, whole week. It was
Oh,
great. We got to,
that'd be awesome.
yeah, honestly, highlight of my summer, hands down. Best thing I got to do. I got to see my best friends. And, I can't thank the alumni base enough for that.
Now, how was that organized? Was it was it organized through Coach Webster? If you think about it, it was brilliant because all the freshmen, these are the incoming freshmen, right?
Yep.
So how many were there? Like 10 or 11 of them?
Oh, there's a little bit more than that. I believe it's 14 or 15.
So those kids came to school now comfortable.
Yeah. So, we're not actually on campus right now, but, they got a taste of what it meant to be a Red Devil. And I think that's really important. They got to see how bought in everyone on the team is. And I thought that was just a great experience for everyone. We got to see, who's been lifting in the gym still, get to poke fun at some people who are taking it easy,
Now, did you guys do like different sports and water sports and all this stuff?
Yeah, so they did a great job organizing some competitions. We were broken up into 4 teams, and we played basketball. Played a little floor hockey. Just a great time up there. We also did just shoot them up as for just to get it going a little bit. Just to show the freshmen where they're at.
Yeah, sure. Give them a little introduction to the college game.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool. That is a great idea. That was brilliant. I tell you, I love that. And it probably really made those freshmen feel like they were like going to the right place. And, obviously now freshmen are not on campus this year.
So nobody is on campus at the moment, except for, I think it's about 150 students who do not live in the United States year round and only come to the U.S. for school.
Okay. International students, pretty much.
Yep, and I think some like the ROTC guys are there.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
So now, have they confirmed what grades will be coming back for the spring?
So with the current information that we have, they're saying they want to do first half of the semester just freshmen and sophomores. So from the start of the semester to our spring break, and then from spring break to the end of the semester will be juniors and seniors. That's as much as we know. It's a developing situation, so nothing is final. Who knows if that vaccine that Pfizer puts out, gets mandated that people can take it and approved. Just with everything going on, it's very fluid. There is no final decision yet.
Yeah, it's an uncertain time, as they say, but
Yeah.
boy, I'm praying that something comes up where these kids can get back to school and get some normal.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah, we'll definitely be following the Dickinson Red Devils because of you, George.
Oh, thanks.
No worries, man. No worries. Well, this has been so great for the future lacrosse players that are go play in college, and I appreciate it because I think this will be really educational for them to listen to and kind of educate themselves, and hopefully some of the parents out there, how important it is for them to do their due diligence before they decide where they're going to go send their boy or girl to school. So I appreciate it, and I'm praying for you, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been my pleasure. I just hope I've been able to give a little bit of an insight of not just Dickinson, but the D3 lacrosse world. I think there's a lot of great opportunities out there for everyone. D1 isn't for everyone. Sometimes things don't pan out the way you want them to, and honestly, I couldn't be more thankful that they didn't. I landed where I was meant to be, and I've felt like I've excelled, and I've just become a much better person due to it.
Yeah, well, that's obvious. I mean, anybody who's going to be watching this is going to realize that I know that if I had a 16, 17-year-old goalie, I'd want him to turn out to be just like you, George.
Thank you. Really appreciate that.
No worries, buddy. I wish you the best, and we'll talk real soon. All right, pal?
Yep, absolutely. We'll stay in contact. Thank you. Have a great day.
You too, George. Be good, buddy.
Be good.